Yes, that's right. They said it couldn't be done, but we're doing it anyways. The Rewind, we are back. What's going on, everybody?
What's up, boss man?
Hey, what's up, RN? Hey, listen, my name's Kyle Tyson from Smacked Raw's The Rewind. Got my buddy RN here. We are back. It's been a 2-week hiatus. We just chose to take the week of WrestleMania off. Go figure. The time when everybody puts out pro wrestling content. We're like, fuck it. We'll let you guys come up with that.
Right.
Yeah, man.
Right.
Oh, man. If you guys aren't familiar with the show, we just take a look at the latest week, maybe 2 weeks since we've been off in what's happened in pro wrestling, in and outside the ring. It's a fun show, man. We got a clean slate tonight. We're going to talk about some Mania stuff, and then honestly, like whatever pops up into our head. If you guys are in the chat, you can always watch these shows live at twitch.tv/SmackedRaw. We try to record these Sunday evenings, 9 o'clock. Hey, guess what, RN? We're actually shooting in our advertised time slot, not Monday afternoon or Tuesday evening.
Back on schedule.
Yeah. Alison says the stupid ad made her miss her new intro. By the way, you guys can thank Alison. Let me go ahead and plug her on Twitter. If you guys are on Twitter, Alison's handle is justagirl918. Please give her a follow. Alison is fantastic. She creates comics, graphic design. She does all this stuff. She created our new intro.
Only took a little bit of threatening, but we got it done.
Yeah, dude. How about she has all of like 3 days of video editing like experience, and she's already surpassed me, who I've been doing this now for like 2 fucking years. How sad does that make me feel? It's already pumping out insane content. It's awesome. RN, wait till you go back and watch it. So I took Alison's video, right? I touched it up very little. I added like a minor static effect for the transition into the show. Other than that, all I did was I took Jaylan's, Justin's beat that he made for us, and I used that instead. Yeah. Dude, the beat hits on point. The second our faces are revealed on the TV, the beat drops. I'm telling you, I lost my shit.
Let's go.
I lost my shit in here when I just slapped our audio onto it, and it lined up flawlessly, man. Oh, it's fantastic, man. Thank you, Alison. Keep the video content coming. You have already overtaken one of my positions. I don't need to do video editing anymore. Alison's our full-time video editor. Fantastic, man. Hey, listen, you guys. If you ever miss a live show, we are on YouTube, youtube.com/SmackDraw Podcast. Check it out. It finally happened. Botch Spots and Chair Shots, they are now over on YouTube. If you give them a look, you will see that Will just interviewed and dropped his interview with Kid Bandit. That dropped on there today. It's already getting good numbers, man. Thank you guys for the constant support. Head on over to YouTube, check out all that extra stuff, because it's not just the rewind that you get on there. It's botched spots and chair shots, and the Bammer Slammer, plus all of our extra stuff. I got my stupid 10-second reviews going on there. They're now actual official YouTube shorts. You can thank my nephew here, who was like, dude, what are you doing? Like, why aren't you making these shorts? They're less than a minute. You're fucking stupid. And sure enough, he was right, because the minute I started putting them in shorts, people are actually watching them now.
Hell yeah.
Yeah, man. No, it's been awesome. So yeah, head on over to YouTube, youtube.com/SmackDraw Podcast. Do all that stuff. The like, the subscribe, the notification bell, all that crap, man. Do that for us. And then lastly, 5-star reviews. Do it on all the audio stuff, man. Like, share, review it. We recently hit a good milestone. We were top 120 wrestling podcasts on Chartable. We may have dropped out of the top 250 since then, but you know what? We hit it. Like, we had a really good day. At least one day, man, we were there. All right, man. I think that's enough plugging. RN, so Mania's happened.
Yes.
We'll go ahead and we'll give our brief thoughts on Mania, just because at this point, anybody looking for a podcast that's covered Mania thoroughly,
they've listened.
They've already listened to it. We don't need to do that. We can just give our bullet points. How'd you feel about the 2 nights of Mania?
I loved it. I ended up liking it way more than I thought I would, honestly. Logan Paul, I think, was the MVP of the weekend.
Really?
Yeah. And I even said that on our check the temperature for it. Like, I had a feeling he was going to take this way more serious than people was going to give him credit for. And he looked the part. Like, he looked like a wrestler. Like, he looked better than Dominic looked. I can say that. And Bama's going to hate this, but the Johnny Knoxville match was fucking fire, too.
Yeah, man. Are we surprised Bama wasn't a fan of that match?
Right.
Let's be honest, man. Oh, God. Yeah, dude, Knoxville, that match well surpassed anybody's expectations as far as how fun it was. And, yeah, I totally get it if you guys are like, that's not my style of wrestling. I like the old school. Hey, fine. You know what? But guess what? Did you hear that crowd at Mania? The crowd that was probably the most awake the WrestleMania crowd had been in the 2 nights. That was night 2, and they were reacting stronger that match, than they had for almost anything the previous night, which is crazy because, you had Bianca and Becky. They killed it. Well, actually, you weren't on the live stream with us. We were watching it, the show live together. We all were really actually pretty positive with Ronda and Charlotte. How'd you feel about that match?
I mean, I felt good about the match, but I don't think the match was ever really the issue or what the match would be. I mean, because we both know, like, despite what everyone says about Ronda, like, she's not terrible in the ring. She's actually pretty damn good for the amount of time she's been wrestling, and Charlotte is Charlotte. So even if Charlotte was wrestling a fucking broomstick, there was a pretty good chance it was going to at least be a decent match. So if you put her in there with a pretty decent wrestler, like, it's going to be good. It was just the story and just Ronda herself leading up to it that I thought was lackluster, and it was fucking Charlotte carrying the back. I did not think Charlotte was going to win. I was surprised by that.
Me too.
Yeah, I wasn't. The match, like I said, I don't think the match itself was ever really the question. It was just the lead up and then Ronda's character so far.
Yeah. I heard some criticism. Like, I heard some people critiquing the match that they didn't feel like the story aspect was coming out in it and stuff. And I don't know. Like, I was thoroughly entertained. I thought it was a hard hitting match. Like, those girls were laying into each other, man.
Yeah, they were.
It was a stiff match. I really enjoyed it. I didn't really have many bad things to say about it. We got confused. I got chewed out a little bit because the way that we were watching it here was we learned that Alison, when we were doing like the live reactions on Twitch, Alison's stream was significantly behind ours. And, it was ruining moments like, the Cody reveal. So I was sitting there trying to be coy. I was like, you know what? I'll silently react. Like, if I get excited, I'll just be like, fucking, I was like, okay, we'll do that out of respect for Alison. 10 seconds later, there's Bama just like, it's Cody. It's just like, Bama. Like, come on. She's got like 45 seconds.
Why didn't y'all just pause yours and let it catch up to hers?
Because there's like so many of us, like the syncing. I've never had any luck doing that. So
we did it for the last one because remember Dre's was behind.
Yeah, I don't remember.
And we synced it up.
Now, what we ended up doing was there was nobody watching the live stream. So we all hopped like on the Zoom call. I just screen mirrored. Like, I just showed my screen. And so they all watched WrestleMania via my laptop. And we all just reacted like that way. And that worked for us for the whole night. And it was fun. But during while we were watching, it all just went black. And everyone's like, we don't know what's going on. I thought it was my end and shit. And it turned out Charlotte's titty had popped out in her match with Ronda.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, man.
Yep.
Yeah. It was bound to happen. It was bound to happen. One of them. One of the two.
Pretty good day.
What'd you say your favorite match was again out of all of them?
Probably the Logan Paul Miz match, and then of course Cody and Seth.
Cody and Seth, they did pretty good. How you feeling about Cody's? Now that we've had a week to simmer on it, right? Because we had Mania, Cody debuted. Since he came out on Raw the following night, and he cut the promo that he cut was endearing. How you feeling now? Where's the excitement level with Cody as a main event player?
When was he a main event player? Is my thing, but we'll see what happens. Like, I mean, they've just grossly misused so many people. Like, it's not even so much about Cody; it's more so about just the WWE themselves. So it's like, we'll see. Fingers crossed. I mean, yeah. I mean, I was surprised that he did use his own music and all that stuff, and he's still essentially AEW Cody Rhodes, just not on AEW.
That didn't shock me at all. I was like thoroughly like, it is in the contract. Cody gets to keep everything the Nightmare Family brand, and any callback to Stardust, like, right, it's got to be through Cody's approval. Right. Yeah, like Cody's got to be the one to sign off on it. You know what I mean? He'll have the last say.
And pretty much like everything I thought was going to happen is what happened. I mean, the prodigal son return and shit. Like, we knew that that's what it was going to be, because especially with Dusty dying while Cody was away, like, they didn't get to do the proper celebration I think that they would have done if he was a part of the company. And we already know what Dusty meant to so many careers, especially pretty much all the main event guys now that were NXT people. I mean, Dusty and Triple H are pretty much responsible for who they are as wrestlers and characters now. So it was like, as much as people were hating on that and like talking shit about that, like, it was the prodigal son returning. Like, maybe not so much. And like, and don't get me wrong, like, we all know about Dusty's wrestling career, but I think he's been more influential on people our age through other wrestlers than his actual things he did. You know what I'm saying? Like, we know more and are connected more to Dusty because of NXT than him actually getting to watch him in the ring or any of his matches. And I think that goes a long way. And I think it goes a long way with his peers in WWE now and how they feel about him and how they felt about his dad. So, I mean, I hope he gets in the main event. I hope they actually use him correctly and prop him up. I mean, because they're desperately in need for fucking top flight baby faces and just top flight wrestlers in the main event anyway. So
yeah, no, I'll give him that. And my whole thing with Cody, and I know I can already hear Bama like, you're an AEW shill. It's because you're a shill for AEW. My thing for Cody is like, I for one, I think it's so cool that we're getting people from AEW jumping ship to WWE, and it's not, it's not going to end. That's just fun stuff. Like, that makes wrestling fun. Watching things like that take place, it's kind of played out in AEW just because of like, just we're getting it like every 2 to 3 weeks. We're getting a debut, and then there's all the problems that comes with the bloated roster and everything. Right, but it is still fun at its core. But where my criticism is like, AEW or WWE, I was ready for a Cody break before he left. And him slapping a WWE logo on his Nightmare t-shirt doesn't make me any more excited to see him. Like, I'm excited that there's the crossover appeal, but I mean, cool. Like, hopefully we're gonna get an endearing story and he's gonna do fun stuff. But I'm not over the moon to watch Cody just because I wasn't over the moon when I was watching him.
Well, I was ready for a heel Cody, because to me, just like any of those second, third generation guys, they're all just naturally born heels. Like, you want to hate them, like you love them and you appreciate them. Like, I was watching a Randy Orton villain series. Like, Randy Orton fucks people up weekly and like does terrible fucking things to people, but we still cheer him because like, we appreciate it. We appreciate his dedication to being evil and to the character. We know he's a piece of shit, but he's our piece of shit. You know what I'm saying? Like, and I kind of feel like that way about, like, I hope we get like a legacy, like, you know what I'm saying? Like a 2.0 type thing. Like, I think that would be
that'd be pretty cool. I mean, Cody's going to have some fun interactions regardless. He's going to have some fun stuff.
And that's what I was going to say. Like, talk about all these, like we're gonna get a shit ton of fucking dream matches that we didn't think we'd ever really get once Cody actually became like a real star and a fucking vice president of a rival promotion, like Kevin Owens, Sami Zayn, Seth Rollins, which we got out the gate. Like we're gonna get some real top flight fucking shit that we didn't think we'd ever get.
I have to see some like socially awkward segments between him and Triple H. You know what I mean? And I know that from what's being reported, there's not really any animosity. Like Cody came out. No, and, you know, I was taking shots.
I think all of that was tongue in cheek. Like probably Triple H knew about it type shit too.
Yeah.
Like, I don't see how his dad and Triple H could be so attached at the hip and so like a part of each other. Like
exactly.
I don't see how that could be any real beef. Like for all we know, fucking Triple H probably gave him the blessing to fucking do it. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, I don't see how their families could be that close and that be a real fucking issue. Like, because I think we always forget that Dusty was Triple H's handpicked right-hand man to help usher in the second, you know what I'm saying, era of NXT. So how could he be beefing with his right-hand man's son?
Yeah, imagine how much fun it'll be good to see Cody in NXT too. Like him to present like the Dusty Classic, stuff like that.
If they don't fucking do that next year, they're literally just dropping the ball.
Yeah.
Like he should even if he's only there to present the trophy. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like that has to be, you have to use him. Like, you know what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm. Yeah, no, exactly that. No, there's a lot of fun potential for him, but I have to see where it goes.
Yeah. The real thing for me, though, is that they stole an executive from a rival company. Not just that they stole a talent.
That's pretty
cool.
They
stole a whole ass vice president. And then on top of that, too, who knows what he has in his contract as far as like helping backstage? Because now he's not only great in the ring, but he also now is behind the scenes did shit. Like he started a whole fucking company that's the biggest rival for the WWE. Like, Vince, like as much shit as we talk about Vince, like when Vince's guys do well for themselves and make themselves like prop themselves up without his backing, he always loves that and takes that into consideration, and he covets that. He covets being able to say, "My guys did this," and then came home. Think about that. Shawn Michaels, all of these guys that he loved and genuinely loved and gave a shit about. He loves bringing people back that have redeemed themselves or got themselves over somewhere else. He fucking takes pride in it. You don't think he's not going to find something for an executive vice president of a rival company?
Yeah, I mean, he's always said, you know, if it makes money, it makes sense. Regardless, look at all the shit, you know. Why the hell does my stupid brain forget the easiest damn Eric Bischoff? Look at all the shit Eric Bischoff did in WCW. Vince didn't hesitate to bring him into WWE. He knew it was good for business. You know what I mean? And always, it's petty. It's crazy how extremely petty Vince can be, and then until it comes to making money, though,
right?
Like there's really, no pettiness when there's money to be made.
And let's be honest, so there's really not no being petty towards other promotions because they pretend like no one else exists. So like
pretty much
we can't even say like they're taking shots or like they like aim this at so-and-so. Like, no, they literally pretend like there's no other wrestling company in the world until something special. And like you said, there's an opportunity to make money. Then they'll acknowledge another company. But other than that, it's the WWE universe and no other wrestling is in the fucking WWE universe. So it's like, people, how petty really is he? You know what I'm saying? Like,
Marie says in the chat that Downstraight, I'm assuming Downstraight's who does Cody's theme, followed her back after she told them that she plays Cody's theme when she ends her streams. Fuck. I'm going to have to download on air, like during this show, I'm going to have to download Justin's beat. I'm going to have to check that once we get on another topic. You're going to have to let me hop on Twitter real quick and see if he's dropped something. And then Cody being in WWE feels right, according to Marie. Same thing with Sonic. He says WWE Cody Rhodes is a better option than AEW. I mean, it's right now. Right now it was. You wouldn't say that when he left, when he was Stardust. You know what I mean?
Like, but that was the whole. But that was the whole thing, and that was. And we also forget that was literally the last line of that letter that he wrote when he was leaving and put all the people he wanted to fight like that. He said, I will be back. That was literally how the fucking letter ended. Like, we always forget that part. We always want to give him props and talk about the letter and then doing all the things that he did. But we always leave out that part where he said, I'm coming back for sure.
He was quoted saying he was AEW for life and he was going to die in that company and stuff. So, as I said, who's
to say he's not?
Yeah. Well, no, he said he could not go back. He was. No,
I'm saying you don't think he still has some sort of stock in that company? You think he just left?
No, but I'm saying he flat out said, I can't go back to WWE. I can never go back there. Like, at one point, he was quoted saying that. So,
boom. Anytime somebody says, I'm never going to do this, what do? They do it.
They do it, man.
In entertainment, in sports, in movies, anything. Anytime somebody gives you a definitive, well, are you ever going to sign that contract? Are you going to do that extension? I don't know what I'm going to do at this time. Probably not. What happens? Breaking news. As soon as you fucking say, no, I'm not going to do something, that right there is your first cue that he's probably going to do.
Oh, man. Oh, hell yeah. So you know what dropped this week? Which one he dropped? I'll have it ready for the show by the time we go off air. I was just really quick while we had a second. I was looking up this week's beat by Justin. I was
going to say, since we weren't off last week, just use the one he posted last week.
Who did he do last week again?
I don't remember, but we didn't go last week, so
yeah, I'll have to double check. But this week, at the very least, because I won't have to track it too far. This week, we got Mr. Perfect.
Nice.
Yeah. All right, so here we go. Here comes the shade. Let's see. Marie, he did the Stardust cartwheel thing. That was fantastic. The Stardust cartwheel in the match was that's once again fun stuff. People doing fun stuff, I'm all about.
Yeah.
Marie says he saw the red flags from TK. Yeah, the red flag was TK saying, "Look, you've reached the peak of your value in the company." Like the crowd was turning on him. Assuming what came out was true. And this does not being throwing shade at Cody. It was just his value to the company was diminishing and his value to WWE was rising. Because you look at it like this. It's you've got the likes of Bryan Danielson, CM Punk. You still got guys like Moxley in there, Adam Cole, all these guys that are filling that big star role that Cody once was kind of alone in.
Right.
So obviously, the money and everything, you just don't have as much leverage there, and that's not throwing shade because then, you flip it. What value does he offer to WWE? And that's what we just went over. He's a freaking executive. He's the first big pull. We have all the dream matches. You have the ties to Dusty. That's really what it is. I don't believe there's any animosity between TK and Cody. I truly think
there's no way it could be.
No,
there's just no way it could be.
It was just it's not that complicated to see that there was more money to be made at that point to jump ship. It's I know a lot of people and I like to joke too. I like to throw shade at TK, call him a cokehead and all this and that. The man's doing work.
That's not a joke.
Yeah,
that's not a joke.
The man's doing work. I don't mean any.
But also, you can't do the work that he's doing. You probably couldn't do it without being on coke. Being a fucking wrestling promoter.
Critique him all you want, man. He has a fun show that people enjoy. Yeah. There's a true alternative and value. I know I come off as I come off as a hater too, but
and I am, but it's only because of. I'm more old school and I enjoy the matches. And don't get me wrong, the matches are fucking fantastic. But that man has put in work. I mean, you can say the former WWE because everybody was a fucking former WWE guy
at this point. If you have any value, if you have almost any value, 99% chance you came from WWE.
Even if they didn't have any value, they just hoarded up a bunch of guys right before they knew AEW was gonna debut. There was no one else.
They shut down the UK scene. They completely shut down the UK indie scene and did next to nothing with it. And don't sit here and come at us and say they have NXT UK. All right, when's the last episode you watched? All right.
Well, I actually do watch it, but I'm like probably the only person.
You're willing to admit you like the only person. All right.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But no, like I said, and it's like I forgot what I was saying. Now it fucking caught me out.
Everybody's from like, WWE.
It's been the only game in town since 2001. Like I think we fucking forget that. Like you can talk about Impact and TNA and Ring of Honor, even AEW to some extent. None of those is what the fucking E is and what the E represents. And it's been a monopoly and the biggest game in town and the only game in fucking town. So like to me, they should sign every fucking WWE guy they can, especially any of the top tier, upper mid card to main event guys. Like they're fucking dumb if they don't. Like, and you're a fledgling company that's not even been around 5 years. You have to sign up that star power. Like, yeah. And same thing for WWE. Now that they've fucking destroyed their roster, now that you have people that are getting over somewhere else, you got to pick up those guys too. Because like you said, now they're at the same thing that happened to WWE. They got this bloated ass fucking roster that can't get anybody on TV and can't get any real stories done because the roster's so big and nobody's watching fucking YouTube. So now it's going to be their time to fucking shed some weight. And who's going to benefit from that? WWE has to take advantage of it.
I think that we all, when AEW first emerged on the scene and we all got very excited, it was like, oh, the competition is just going to elevate. I think we got there too early. I think what AEW was offering at the time, there wasn't really much comparison to be had with WWE, so there's not really much competition. And by no means am I insinuating that AEW is competitive in the way that WWE's money and bottom dollar is going to be heard.
I was telling you that and saying that from the beginning. It's not really a competition. It's just not.
But now we're starting to see the crossover appeal between the two. Now we're starting to see similar level of talent, similar styles. They're blending. I mean, fuck, Chris Jericho's whole act is based off of right now WWE tropes. You know what I mean? Like he's creating a whole heel gimmick, all based around doing WWE branding and glorifying it.
And I guarantee he's going to be the next on the jump ship.
Oh, dude, it won't shock me. Of course, it would make sense.
Yeah.
And he admitted on his show, he's like, Cody was the first, but he won't be the last. There will be big names.
There's no way he could be the last because, like I said, there is no independent scene between that both these companies completely raping and pillaging the indie, and then the pandemic just pretty much destroying companies across the country and really the world. There's no farm system anymore. AEW is going to have to be WWE's farm system and vice versa. So guarantee some of these people in NXT that we see that don't make it on the main card, they'll end up in AEW. Like I said, to me, it's not so much a competition thing. Now it's fucking farming. And it's
farming, just timing also.
Farming and timing, exactly.
Who's hitting good right now? I mean, look at Cody as the example. At this point, he's kind of run dry with AEW, didn't have too much to offer that was exciting with AEW.
To me,
but that was their first
booking. That was one of their first major booking mistakes for me, was him never being able to get the title and them not switching him heel for the past 6 months. Like if they had switched him heel by this time, if he had re-signed, he'd probably be one of the biggest baby faces in the company, because you can only stay, when you're a star at those levels, you can only stay heel so far until the fucking crowd starts cheering you on, when you're literally like bludgeoning people with fucking sledgehammers and barbed wire, and the crowd starts cheering for you, and you have to go babyface. They were just too fucking stubborn and wanted to fucking ride out and prove a point, and it was a terrible idea, and then you lost the dude.
Yeah.
Like, made no sense.
But where I'm getting excited now, as far as like, I think brighter days are ahead on both sides, is we're seeing it obviously with WWE. We're seeing
Raw has been awesome the last 2 or 3 months.
Maybe it's been okay, but
besides the third hour, the third hour is really what drags it. The third hour is what really drags everything down. Honestly, let's just call a spade a spade. If it was just 2 hours, we could say that Raw has been awesome the last 2 months. But that third fucking sleepy hour, which my old ass, I don't think I've watched the full 3 hours of Raw probably in the last 6 months.
I don't know how I do. 10, I do it every fucking week, man. I sit there
10, 15, 10, 30, and I'm y'all know when I go dark in the chat by 10 o'clock, my old ass is in bed. I can't do it.
I hate it, man. I hate myself for it. But where my point is like, no offense really meant to be had at these guys, but we're seeing AEW, we're seeing the exits of the Joey Janela's, the Marco Stunts, the guys that just aren't making the largest impact.
Trimming the fat.
Okay, for lesser, better terms. And now we're making room for people like Moxley, William Regal, Keith. I know Keith Lee has been a slow start, but I wholeheartedly, like, his thing was Swerve, and going into this tag team rivalry with Team Taz, I think is adding a missing piece to Dynamite that a lot of people.
I don't mind this. I don't mind the slow start. And I think, to me, I think more so the slow start with Keith Lee too is him trying to get back into ring shape, because he's clearly, it's not like he was like a true fucking body guy, but we can all tell he's not the Keith Lee that was in WWE. He's noticeably bigger and a little bit slower, if we're being 100% honest. So
yeah,
I think the tag team is to kind of help him get his sea legs on him, you know what I'm saying, and get him back to where he needs to be. And this Swerve's a perfect fucking workhorse to team him with.
But these guys that are, and I feel bad because I don't feel like I'm in any position to critique anybody or criticize anybody and tell them what their ceiling is. That's just not who I am. Like, I don't feel right doing that. But these guys that would be associated with, like, look, you are better suited for indies and you don't really draw as big as on a main show. Those guys are starting to exit AEW, and there is room being cleared up for some bigger names. Now, granted, things don't happen as quickly, but it's just, I firmly believe the momentum's going to build. And AEW is going to churn out a more mainstream product that is going to have a broader appeal. They're still always going to do the comedy matches. They're still always going to do the over-the-top tag matches that piss everyone off. There's still going to be a variety show.
Yeah, that's what I was going to say. Those guys like Marco Stunt and all those guys, and Sonny Kiss and Janela, like, they were adding little pieces of niche, like, corners of wrestling to their roster so they could appeal to a broader audience, which was smart. But now that they have an established fan base that's growing off their main product, some of those, like, weird, wacky shit, like Janela and them and Marco Stunt and all those guys, like, I don't want to say you don't need them, but, like, you
have limited time, man. Do I put Marco Stunt on a show, or do I reserve that time to put, like,
Jay Lethal?
Yeah, Jay Lethal. You know what I mean? Sorry, someone has to win, someone has to lose.
And someone has to lose a job, too, as well.
It's the fucking sad truth of the matter. It is.
Right.
Like you said, nobody watches YouTube. YouTube ain't going to pay the bills.
No.
At least in this case. For some other people, that's a different story, but still.
Right.
But yeah, and so I think AEW's product is just going to build up more and more steam going forward. And I think that's going to churn out good things for WWE, because you're going to have these guys that are going to build more value in AEW. We're going to watch them jump. And if if AEW can thrive, that will be some of the best things that happen for WWE fans, who aren't even watching it, when those guys come over and they bring that hype.
The difference between all these other billionaires that bought wrestling promotion and everything, and Tony Khan, which he doesn't get enough credit for, is, like, he actually gives a fuck. Like, he's a student of the game. He's a true fan, and he really cared. And his money ain't short. So that's the and no other independent got a TV deal, cable deal like they did out the gate. So they'll be fine. And like you said, it's going to benefit everybody, because, like I said, it goes back to that thing too with Vince bringing in stars from other places. He likes to see other stars made from somewhere else and put a new coat of paint on and put that WWE spin on. He does that all the time, and vice versa. We're going to get some guys that we probably didn't think, and they're going to fucking show up on AEW and take some shit to another level. Like, it's going to happen. Like, and I'm not talking about NXT guys. I'm talking about main roster guys. Like, now there's money to be fucking made. So we're going to see some jumps, and not disgruntled guys, not guys that wanted to get fired, not guys that did something dumb to get fired and shit, like FTR and all those guys that asked for the release. I'm talking about big name guys whose contract are up, and Tony Khan's like, listen, you didn't get to what you needed there. I can't pay you as much, but I can give you a bigger stage. Somebody's gonna do that. Somebody's gonna do the Cody and the Drew. You know what I'm saying? We don't know who it is yet, but there's gonna be guys that are gonna do that, and then they're gonna jump back. It's gonna be the springboarding back and forth, jumping the fence. It's better for everybody.
Going back to your comment on Raw, Alison says awesome is a stretch. Sonic says Raw has been great the past few weeks, whereas SmackDown, not as much. Yeah, SmackDown honestly has been kind of a dumpster fire. as of late. God, it's crazy watching these shows. Like, as long, when we do this, and we can kind of keep like track a little bit easier because we have to talk about it. SmackDown's been a roller coaster of having periods where it is just you can't miss, and then other periods where just like, what in the fuck was that for?
Let's be honest, it's not periods. It's only like 20 to 30 minutes of every SmackDown that's like can't miss TV, and then the other hour and a half is like, why am I wasting my fucking time doing this?
Man. I don't remember much this last week, but I do know that I think what was it? SmackDown was abysmal this last week. I remember that.
Oh yeah.
Roman Reigns made us wait from Monday Night Raw to go to SmackDown for this major announcement. What's next, right? And he essentially said, "I don't know. I don't know what's next. What's next is the Usos. They're gonna go scoop up those tag titles and unify those, and then we're gonna get Shinsuke, which that's cool and all, but." Let's be honest on our end. They've wore down Shinsuke. They've wore that value down. It's a cool filler feud till
and it's not just Shinsuke. It's everybody else on that fucking roster. There is no one on that roster that's Shinsuke's capable of hanging with Roman as far as like star power and like maybe not so much in the ring because they completely fucking just shredded any version of Shinsuke from NXT that was left.
Like strong style, king of strong style. Shinsuke is long gone.
Now he's But other than that, like there's like I'm glad they're giving it to Shinsuke, but like who is really left? Like
there is
I can't name anybody.
Let me pull up the SmackDown roster. Not that it really matters. It really looks like a lot of these people can just go wherever they want now. More frequently. Oh, by the way, while I'm pulling this up, what about Liv Morgan, man, getting that win on Sasha? Who the hell saw that coming, man?
What?
I don't. Come on,
I'm not into Liv like that, man. I just never have been. Like I don't believe in her. Like I believe in her. Like no, it's not like that. Like I think she's talented. I think she's got a great look. I love her gear and shit. But it's just like. She's just never like the crying and shit and everything. And like, I'm still like, I just get diva vibes from her. Like, I don't know why. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like,
she's about to cry again because Rhea Ripley is definitely going back to heel territory on Monday. Like tomorrow night when they lose to Sasha and Naomi, mark my words, Rhea Ripley is going to tear her up.
Rhea Ripley's a new Big Show where she changes fucking heel to face.
Oh, don't do that, man. It's only happened once. She's only turned once so far, man.
It just always feels like she's something else every day. I don't know.
Something an habitual line cutter would say. That's you right there.
Absolutely.
Line cutter. Marie says, my boo just woke up. Yeah, tell him we said hey. Hop on, man. Sonic says, like I said a number of weeks ago, Japanese wrestling fans being upset about the way WWE is handling it. Listen, me and RN said this. Japanese wrestlers do not go to WWE to bring their style. Japanese wrestlers go to WWE, yes, to increase their fan base, but get that money. Dude, and who can blame them? The strong style, man, you spend years destroying your body to strong style wrestling. And now all of a sudden you got WWE who says we have a much safer, more formulaic style of wrestling. And we're going to pay you more money than you've ever dreamed of making.
Ever.
Yes. Dude, who is going to turn that down? And now you're not doing the wrestling, like the 200 nights a year thing where now that they're not doing the house show circuit is terribly
look at the characters out. Who would have thought that he'd make it through the budget cuts? Seriously.
Yo.
And that man ain't doing nothing but
that
man ain't
doing
nothing but running around.
Senton too. God damn it.
Bro, that man ain't doing nothing but running around in his pajamas every week. He is stealing from the WWE. He is literally robbing them people. Chasing R-Truth in his pajamas week after week. Now kissing a big old lady Samoan too. Like he is work smarter, not harder. Fucking the definition of it. WWE style.
Yeah, Sonic nailed that one. He says Charlotte Flair's the women's Big Show for turning heel face.
That's true.
Yeah, I'll give you that one, Sonic. Points to Sonic. Fucking Tozawa, dude. You're right, though. You're absolutely right. You're so fucking right, man. He's there chilling with R-Truth, just picking up all that comedic golden timing, man. Speaking of which, we're gonna get that R-Truth shit on Monday, dude. Oh, I can't wait.
What is
we're getting the wedding. Tozawa proposed. I don't know why I'm so excited about this. Tozawa proposed to Tamina, and we're gonna get the ceremony Monday, shit. And R-Truth is gonna invade the shit out of that.
Oh, it's definitely gonna be fucked up for sure.
Or no. Reggie proposed to Dana. Yeah, Reggie proposed to Dana.
Oh, yeah. That is.
Yet R-Truth was there waiting in the wings, man. Yeah, because I pulled up the site and it blew my. I'm looking at all the champs, and then there's Dana Brooke's face, and I was taken back a little bit. Which, by the way, I shouldn't be. I fucking love Dana. I love Dana Brooke, man. It's a guilty pleasure, man. That girl, she works hard. I don't have a mean word to fucking say about her. You'll never hear me slander Dana Brooke.
She just can't wrestle. That's the only thing.
Look, man. She's got some fucking guns, okay?
That's the worst part. As athletic as she fucking is, she really just can't wrestle.
She can wrestle, man. Yeah. Give her that, dude. She's a good character. Like she needs some more character shit, man.
What is her character? What do you mean?
I meant like if she could have a character.
Right. All right. That's better.
Oh fuck, man! Is it really funny if I laugh at my own jokes?
Probably. Yeah, because somebody laughed.
At least somebody laughed. God damn it, man. All right, so let's look at SmackDown. SmackDown's roster. Let's see who we got. Really, we could look at all of WWE since he holds both belts, but let's assume he's going to stick to SmackDown. Xavier Woods, Butch. Yeah, damn it, Pete Dunne's on here officially as Butch. Did you watch SmackDown, by the way?
I saw the part where he was like bouncing around like he's got fucking Tourette's and shit. Like that shit is so stupid.
Oh, they put him in a corner.
Yeah.
Like they put him in the corner, man. Like Sheamus and Ridge. Yeah. They put him in the damn corner. Fucking Pete Dunne.
Like you have one of the most
violent, assertive,
best technical wrestlers in the fucking world.
God, dude.
It's essentially the same thing they did to Drew Gulak.
I'm telling you. Yeah. I'm telling you, one guy watched that Brad Pitt movie Snatch, and he was like,
right.
I fucking get it. Like you guys. One of the funny things was about Gunther. They did his match. He had a match against Enhancement Talent.
Yeah.
And this is first like his like official debut on the main roster, right? Crowd starts chanting Walter. We knew it was going to happen.
Yeah.
We knew it was going to happen. What we didn't know was how WWE would react to it. And damn it if they didn't react in the most WWE way. Crowds chanting Walter, Walter, Walter. And then fucking, I don't know who it was on commentary. Well, they were like, oh, they've got a Gunther chant going in the crowd. Why isn't there chant Gunther? Bitch, you can't just tell us what they're saying and think we can't hear them.
Right. And why did they break up Eichner? Like, that was the whole thing of Imperium. Like, why did, like, that made no fucking sense. And then called them up with just two of them. Why? Like, they're not even a tag team. So, like, he's like, I don't know. Like, they're thinking, so what are they going to do with fucking Eichner?
He's done.
Probably.
Maybe they'll team him up with the member of MSK who did not get fired. I don't know. I think Ritter said something. Ritter suggested, but I can never tell if Ritter's being serious or if he's cracking a joke.
I don't even look at his shit because you never know if it's.
What did he say?
He's being sarcastic or if he actually means the shit because it's so outlandish.
What did he say? I wonder if I can find it in like a timely fashion over here. And okay, here we go.
Bringing up
Tony D.
Walter.
Okay, here's hoping Tony D picks up Fabian Eichner and makes him a.
Oh yeah,
capo?
I did see that because he's Italian too. He really is Italian.
Well, there you go. Yeah, I mean, that's an easy pivot.
And why did they bring him up with the red stuff on, like making you already gave him the Nazi name, and then you have him come out.
They changed his name, didn't they? That's right. What did they change that to? Ludwig Kaiser. Ludwig. Oh man. Look.
Whose name is that? They changed Walter's name to that again?
No, not Walter's name. The other guy from Imperium.
Yeah. Martez.
Yeah. Like, so this is my thing on the whole like Nazi association with them. WWE is not doing a Nazi angle.
No.
However, they will not shy away from things that can be perceived as being associated with Nazis.
But also too, that was the whole kind of point of Imperium. Like it was always kind of implied somewhat anyway.
It's never official story. They're never going to do an angle. They're never going to come out as racist.
I'm talking about just like ring camp, you know what I'm saying? But on the independent circuit.
But they want, But
that was always kind of implied. If
they can give off that vibe, WWE is not going to shy away from it.
They're not going to shy.
The writers know
what publicity is bad publicity. I can't say that word.
Well, they're gonna have plausible deniability is what they're gonna have. Right. They're gonna have deniability on the fair. No, we're not. Where does anything actually say that's what we're doing? Like,
it really is wrestling. Like we've had Nazi characters and fucking.
Who the fuck was that guy? They had some guy like the Final Solution.
Yeah, literally, that was his name.
That was his fucking name, bro. God damn, man. Pro wrestling has got some ugly goddamn like past, like
ugly,
some ugly shit. We should do a show just uncovering the ugliest shit from pro wrestling, man. No, I'd feel really fucking dirty. So Raquel changed her name, by the way. It's no longer Gonzalez, it's Rodriguez. Raquel Rodriguez. And she turned down getting kissed by the Lethal Lovers. They went to kiss her, and she was like,
"I did see that."
Yeah,
she was like, taller than both the She was taller than both the motherfuckers.
Yo, I think they made that female interviewer. I don't know her name off the top of my head. I think they made her shrink herself because that bitch was like at like knee level with Raquel.
And so were they. I did happen to see that. I saw like small parts of it. They looked like they were both shorter than her too.
Allison says the vibe should not be given. Hey, look, man, I'm not denying it. I'm just telling you what I perceive and what I observe out of that shit. Yo,
the red was a clear choice to give off those vibes after they changed both their names too.
So you got for Roman, you got Shinsuke, you got Shanky, you got Sheamus. Maybe you could do Sammy. Maybe Mustafa Ali if they do something with him.
He ain't coming back.
No. Mace, if they want to do something with Mace.
Who the fuck is Mace?
Mace, what's his name? He was the announcer.
Oh, the black dude. Oh man, that nigga's whack, bro.
Look, man, they're not giving me much to work with. You got Jinder. You got Madcap Moss. Madcap's face now. You saw that, right?
Yeah, I did see that.
How's this dude going to ridicule how Corbin dresses when he wears fucking suspenders with no shirt?
Literally.
And you're gonna clown
fucking
on
boat shoes. He literally is the epitome of if 25 a gram G was a person.
Jesus Christ. Yeah, from there, probably your next most credible person is goddamn Shayna Baszler. Like, you know, like that's it. Like we're now going into the women's territory here. So, yeah, you're right.
Yeah, that roster is shredded,
dude. It's so thin. It is so thin, man. It's crazy.
Yeah,
it's so crazy. They didn't even have the women's battle royal this year at WrestleMania. They didn't have enough people for it. I don't even think
they did the men's on SmackDown. They didn't even do it on WrestleMania.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Where's Alison say and shorty shorts? I think she's speaking on the attire of Imperium. To me, look, I mean, if there's anything that we can rest assured though with them, they've stripped away everything about Walter that makes him Walter, except for his in-ring wrestling. And damn it, if that isn't the most beloved thing with Walter, if there's anything that let that man keep, fucking let him keep wrestling like Walter.
And keep chopping the shit out of people.
Yes, just let him keep chopping the fucking piss. Dude, he looks so skinny now, man. Did you see him?
That's to say, remember I said that when he went against Braun.
Some weight, man.
Yeah. And how is he fucking that much bigger than Braun? That threw me off just altogether. Like, because I knew Walter's not like that big, but he fucking made Braun look like a fucking cruiserweight.
Yeah, I don't know, man. I do not know. Yeah, bro, it was sick, man. What else is going on with wrestling, man? Anything interesting? Let me look up like YouTube. Anybody in the chat? I see a couple of y'all chilling with us. Alison, Sonic, y'all chilling with us. I know Marie's in there. She got us probably just on audio at this point. She's probably chilling with her dude. My boy Ghost, he's in here. Ghost and I actually met at the Fight for the Fallen show. We got nice. He is so far the only podcast listener I have a picture with. Yeah, me, him, and Jess all took a picture together. Me and Jessie T. She got in on that shit. Where are you? You know who I go to for like wrestling news and gossip and talk? It's fucking Wrestle Talk, man. Their shit's awesome. Yeah. Let's see here. Charlotte Flair's upset with her title reign. I mean,
why would she not be,
dude? Why? Why would you? I mean, why be mad though? This is like your 13th title reign. Like, chill out. Not every single reign's gonna be chill. Oh, hey, look, man. Let's talk about Tony Khan and the bots.
Oh my god!
Come on, let's talk about Tony Khan and the bots.
There goes your that alone threw out your he's not a cokehead theory. Just in that thing alone. Like, that's
that paranoia right there. Well, yeah, look, man. There's more to it though. There's more to it. It's not as skin deep as you think it is. Like as it appears. I've seen a couple people cover it. Granted. It's not like anything revolutionary here. For one, because let me find the tweet, right? Let me find the tweet, and then because I did look into this. By the way, Tony Khan and JR was at UFC last night. That was awesome to see.
I watched those fights. We could talk about those too.
Oh boy, man, Hazmat, dude. Number 11 taking on number 2. God damn, that was good.
And then how fucking disappointing was the Korean Zombie? Like that was fucking terrible.
That's sad. I mean, there's levels to this game, buddy. We watched our boy get so our the main. Let's see. Let's put this in pro wrestling terms. The main event of UFC last night was a title fight for the featherweight title, and it was a squash match. It was a complete squash match. Talent. The ref had to stop the fight while the guy Korean
still standing.
He was still in it. He didn't even get knocked down. He just was taking standing. Such a beating. It's the phrase being too tough for your own good, is what it comes down to. And anybody that understands like the type of damage that these guys incur and everything, there was no problem with that stoppage. Like
no,
yeah.
And then Everett beating the one guy. That dude was talking so much shit. And Everett said, I'm going to take him to the ground. I'm going to try and choke him the fuck out. And he absolutely did that about 10 times.
Aljamain Sterling.
Yeah.
Oh, Sterling, talk about another pro wrestling angle in UFC. So Aljo, if you're not aware, Aljamain Sterling is the current what division is he? He is
was it
bantamweight, I believe. Yeah.
I don't know any of the weight classes or the champions.
I do. That's
what I'm saying. Motherfucker, you the UFC guy. What the fuck were you asking me for?
I get the flyweight, bantamweight, and featherweight mixed up.
Right.
And he's in that mix.
They were like what's over 150 pounds. I think that's what they were.
No, that's the lightweight, and that is that's not him. That's
wasn't him. Yeah. That's Stylebender, ain't it?
No, he's middleweight, 185.
185.
Yeah, the 155 is fuck, man. You see, this is what happens when I try to remember shit like on the spot.
Was that 273?
Yeah. UFC rankings. Here we go. This is what I needed right here in front of me. There we go. So bantamweight. No, you were right. Bantamweight.
Okay.
Yeah. Peter Yan was bantamweight. And Aljamain Sterling. So this is like a straight out of pro wrestling. This is the first time this ever happened in the history of UFC. So Peter Yan, who was the defending champ at the time, was taking on Aljamain Sterling, a really good grappler. And during this fight, Peter Yan lighting him up, beating his ass, one-sided beatdown. During the fight, though, he hit him with an illegal knee because Sterling's knees were on the mat which classifies him as a downed opponent, and you can't knee a guy in the face or kick him in the face when that happens, and he did that. Where the controversy comes into play is that Aljamain, who got hurt, people believe he milked it because he realized that at that point, if he said he couldn't fight no more, it would be a DQ, which in MMA, it's not like pro wrestling. If you win by DQ, you still get the title. Yeah. And so when he did that, and that made everybody fucking hate him, dude, because it's like taking the easy way out. He was losing the fight. You know what I mean? I mean, it's still technically a win, but it's like the cheapest of cheap wins. So this was his first time. This was their rematch like a year later for the title, and he ended up winning. What's crazy about this, if you want to understand how hated Aljamain Sterling is, he is an American champion facing a Russian in Florida. Fucking Florida, one of the most patriotic states in America. And Florida was booing the fuck out of him and cheering for Peter Yan. Yeah, dude, that's how hated you are. When you're facing a Russian and they would rather cheer for the Russian than the fucking dude.
Hey, but he shut them the fuck up because he
won.
He was taking some shots. He took some shots, but dude just had nothing for him on the ground. Like,
no, he didn't, man. No, he did good for him. Good for him. Yeah. Oh, Charles Oliveira. That's the 155er. That was pissing me off because I couldn't fucking think of his name, and he's a really awesome champion. Actually, he's a really cool person, man. Tony Khan. Tony Khan's quote here.
At the bots.
Yeah, I know. I just want to find the tweet first, and then I can take it from there. It's the foundation of the shit. Oh, man. And also, I ate Pizza Hut like right before the show, and the heartburn started to kick in. This is hurting, man.
Oh, yeah. I ate some Mexican like a dumbass, and the hottest hot sauce, and I was literally burping up fire all fucking night. It was terrible.
Really quick, the chat's going off. They said, wait, hold on. Bama's in the chat. I just noticed. And they're going on. So let's see here. Yeah, Alison says Madcap's who she was talking about with the shorty shorts. Come to Nashville for SummerSlam, she's telling us. Marie says she's thinking of food. Bama says, good to see my friends on screen tonight. Hope you both are doing well. Oh, thank you, Bama.
Yes, sir.
Marie's boo went back to sleep. Appreciate the love. Look, y'all mentioned Bama and he appeared. Yeah, let's just not mention the context of how we mentioned Bama. No, Bama, I'm just kidding. We just mentioned earlier that we know you didn't like the Johnny Knoxville match.
Yeah.
And then we had
that was me and Bama's that was pretty much me and Bama's first disagreement on what he was so hurt when I told him I fucking love Jackass and can't wait for the match.
Yeah. Yeah, dude. No, I love that clip. Everybody spent so long downplaying like, oh, cold. I hate this match. And thank you for bringing the mood back. Sonic says, so a Russian won an MMA fight? That's shocking. Yeah, right. No.
Right.
No, he actually lost.
No, he didn't win.
Yeah, he lost, man. He lost.
He didn't like get his ass beat, but I mean, he lost, super lost. But he got took down probably about 4 or 5 fucking times in that match.
Yeah. Okay, so, God damn it, man, where the hell is? I thought I had the fucking tweet in front of me. God damn it. Anyways, listen, man. Tony Khan got essentially just said that. Oh, here we go. There it is. An independent study. This was a tweet by Tony Khan. An independent study has confirmed that much of the staunch anti-AEW online community aren't real individuals. It's staff running thousands of accounts, plus an army of bots to signal boost them. Khan tweeted, look closely. They aren't real people who'd pay for such a wildly expensive thing. Right. So that was the tweet, and people had a field day with it because it's a hilarious fucking tweet.
Yeah.
It really is. Because for one, it had us all like it had everybody universally replying like, what? It's just, but he added some clarification to it. He said, essentially, there are a lot of bots. Now it's not the the tribalist accounts that are online.
Right.
That's not who he's referring to. He says there's a lot of bots that boost those tribalist accounts through a lot of retweets and stuff in an effort to get the algorithm of Twitter and that to make them seem more relevant than they really are. Which, I mean, I actually kind of believe that. Where the weird thing is he said an independent study when it was actually a funded study. Like, he paid people. Like, it's a study that he funded. It wasn't independent.
Right.
It was something that he conducted. He paid people to go out, and that was and
no one ever questions that when you pay somebody to find something for you and they find it and it's in your favor. Never going to question that.
But he says, people reached out to him and he responded, it's people with real live accounts making posts and then using bots to manipulate the social channel algorithm by backing them up with engagements. If you look at a lot of the accounts, their entire account is nothing but retweets. Those are the ones. It doesn't seem like a real person because that account does nothing but retweet. It's still a fucking weird thing to invest your money in, to prove Twitter has bots that boost engagement.
Know about.
Yeah, it is weird at the end of the day, and it is such a fucking Tony Khan thing to do and say. You know what I mean? Like,
that man's a cokehead, bro.
Oh my God.
It's just we can't get past it.
Man, he has to be. Yeah.
Only a person paranoid off blow would think that way. You know what? I need to get some independent studies going. Yes, that's what I need to do. Like, get the fuck out of here. Why?
Because he's part of the IWC. That's the craziest thing is, like, it's like Vince McMahon hanging out with the common folk. That's the equivalent of what we got going on with Tony Khan on social media. Just, he is like this close to just bumping shoulders with his own fans, which Vince would have to carry around like a fucking roll of Kleenex.
Literally.
If he was bumping into his fans, dude. You think Vince wants to hang out with the average WWE, like, pro wrestling fan? God, no. Hell no, man. Tony Khan, though, he's one of us at the end of the day, whether we like it or not. Okay? He's one of us.
That man he's something else.
Ain't that the truth, man? Ain't that the truth? Ah, shit. All right. I think that's about it for tonight.
Yeah, we got an hour out of that with no topics.
Nothing. Empty whiteboard. Look, hey, all right, let's roll call here, man. Hey, you guys, thank you all for joining us. Live chat.
Appreciate everybody.
Alison, Bama, Sonic, Ghost, Marie's Boo, who I'm assuming woke up and at least heard us for a minute. You guys are awesome. Thank you again. Make sure to hit the like button. See you guys
next week.
Yeah, see y'all next week. Why not? Fuck it, man. Y'all know where to find us. Sundays, 9 p.m. Twitch, right here. Yeah. Oh, but before we go, check this out, man. I found Justin's beat. I found the J-Land beat. This week, he's covering Mr. Perfect. So enjoy this shit. It's going to be awesome. Until next time, y'all have a good one.
See y'all next week. Holla.
All right. Okay, so wait, hold on. I'm not quite ready with it. Hold on. Wait. There you go. All right.